Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. Hope you had a blessed evening. Wanted to start just a minute early here and get ready for this opening bell. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. It's important to know that I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay. Hey, good morning, Scott. I got the green shirt on today. We need one. Need one good one today.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Dow has been selling off. Keep an eye on that today. And if today's your first day, we're trading the AI Auto Trader, which is a fully automated strategy that runs within the NinjaTrader 8 platform. And once those strategies are enabled, the system will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. We're going to be keeping an eye on all of the futures index equities, as well as crude oil and gold. Big move down on the YM again. On the NASDAQ, we're set up for a signal B. Since my Ligure is locked to the top of that oscillator, my RSI line is, that would trigger an NQ30 range signal B entry. I did enable my signal A on the ES. So I'm looking to get into a trade on my Apex account on a short roll on the ES here. We just broke below the VWAP.
Order submitted.
But the NASDAQ is taken off to the upside. This is our 2-minute retirement plan. You can see what happened overnight here. Kind of flat. Going right up to that area of resistance. It's going to retest that area right there. What a candle, huh? Wow. We got a 50-tick trailer on this. Let's see if we can push through. Like a warm knife through butter. Nope.
Order submitted.
This is the haymaker strategy. I'm looking at it on a 2-minute. That's the confusion. That's actually my haymaker strategy that's in the trade. Sorry about that. Let's go to the retirement plan here. Sorry about that. So it's actually the haymaker.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Should have went into my profit window there.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yesterday, I took off the 50 signal condition, so it just popped into this counter trend trade. The RTY 50,000 one-day pass scored again. Man, that's three trades in a row on that RTY. That one-day pass on the Russell is red hot. As soon as this trade closes on the haymaker, I'm going to put it back to the settings that it normally comes with. Yesterday I switched it. Okay, let's go back to the NASDAQ haymaker. Haymaker. And I'm just going to recheck that condition that we need the 50 signal. That prevents the system from taking a counter trend trade. And we'll make sure we're on the NASDAQ and re-enable it.
Order submitted.
Oh, I'm in a... I don't believe this. Unbelievable. My PA account is in a trade. Pop up. This is not a good thing here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Wow. I don't know. Somehow I just got very fortunate. Okay. Hey, good morning, Marcia. Let's take a look at that RTY. Man, that one-day pass on the Russell. That's three. What is it? Man, I have on my notes my "What have you done for me lately" notes. I went over them with Marcia yesterday, and the Russell is at 85% on the 1-day pass. Look at that. The Russell's at 85% between 8:30 and 9:30, and it just went up higher. I saw it take the position pre-market, and it took a lot of heat, and it was just kind of laying there like a dead fish. And then when the market opened, let me pull up the Russell. Let's keep our eye on the Dow. The Dow is getting really good movement still. Let me pull up that Russell chart real quick. Man, this thing is just on fire. You could see it took a short entry pre-market. I saw it do that, and then it took some heat. And the market opened at 9:30, and man, it shot right down for a $2,000 win. Got into our profit window and bounced, but it locked in $2,000. Good morning, Dr. Hanson. Let's keep an eye on this signal B. I'm a little gun shy with my trade copier here. I might have to try something new. Here goes the retirement plan. But let's pull up that notepad one more time so I could show it to you. Wow, yeah, the ODP, man. And listen, by the way, today there is a chance that Apex ends the 80% off. So if you need some evaluation accounts, who knows? At midnight they might even put it to 90, but it may also go to 71. So we don't know. But this is the 1-day passes in the month of July. The NQ30 range is at 75%. The RTY is over 85%. Let me bring up a trade performance. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's go over and take a quick peek at the Russell, because this thing is on fire. This is the ES Signal B drone, and you can see after 11, it's just been crushing it this month. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that about 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. But let's go to the RTY. Let's look at the summary on it. If I take both of my Signal Bs, just incredible this month. That's the Signal B 5-minute ES in July. The RTY 1-day pass, you can see where I'm at for this month. It's really incredible. $6,500 this month. We're at an 80, just under an 86% profitable rate. So that 1-day pass on the Russell is just red hot, on fire. And then in second place came our NASDAQ 30 range. Our NASDAQ 30 range, and I have the hours that it trades, is at 4,100. And our profitable rate on that is 75%. That one goes from 8:30 to 9. So we missed that window today. But our 2-minute NASDAQ is coming up at 11:30 to 12. Our crude oil is 11 to 11:30. And our ES, we just passed that by. I was looking to get into a trade on the ES, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo my trade copiers. They've been acting funny. I just dodged a tremendous bullet on my PA account. I had a loose order. So those are the 1-day passes. Russell remains red hot. Let's keep an eye on the Dow. Yesterday there was that big sell-off. We got into a full, looks like another short entry here. The risk to reward ratio on this is leaned heavily in our favor. We're taking very little risk on these trades. The first entry you could see right here at 9:30. If we wanted to get into this trade, we would need a YM signal B right now. I think I'm going to kind of hold off until it makes a retracement. Yesterday, it just kept going down. But at $5 a tick to jump in and risk $100 to make 500, it's not a bad risk to reward. Here it goes too. The YM, if you notice, is on my leaderboard. So it's come right to the top. That's kind of poking us in the shoulder, saying, hey, look at me. When you see these strategies with these big green numbers come up to the top of your leaderboard, it's a good idea to take a look at the chart. There's a good possibility that institutional money is manipulating that ticker. Prime time. When prime time gets hot, it gets hot. Prime time is our 8 Unorenko strategy. And our haymaker on the 30 range took that winner that we watched, almost went all the way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sim accounts off of my trade copier. Okay, that one came back and stopped us out. If you can't see the leaderboard, let me move it over just a little bit here. I know my picture's in the way. And this is much prettier than I am. So you could see we have the Russell one-day pass, the haymakers up there. The YM has a few strategies in the top, and I've got my prime time. That's signal A on the NASDAQ. You see this cross coming in here. It's looking for a roll. That's a nice entry on a signal A on the 30 range. If it follows through to the downside, that's a big if. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
Order submitted.
I'm confident Marcia got that one because we went over the numbers, and Marcia and I do it every day, and I think what I'll start doing is I'll start posting them a lot more often in Discord, because that winning percentage, that profitable percentage, and now we're retracing on the YM. So let's look for a signal A now. Now that we got our retracement back up to the 50, our RSI line now is pinned to the top. So a short roll on the signal A when we're tighter to the 50 is a really nice entry. So what I'm going to do is trying to think the best way to go about it. My copier has me a little concerned. Here it goes too. I love this signal A entry on this YM. Let's see if it takes it. It's right into that pivot.
Order submitted.
Didn't take it because that blue line is a pivot. It's not going to trade directly into an area of support or resistance. So it's going to wait till it breaks through there. I know Jerome Powell, I was looking at the Forex Factory. Let's not lose sight of the news coming out. At 10 a.m., Powell is speaking. So 10 a.m., we could get a reaction. Any indication of what they'll do in the future with those interest rates is going to cause a big move. Absolutely, Rao. Absolutely. Okay, let's go. I see another strategy here is in a trade. Stephen. One of our members, Robert, optimized
Order submitted.
the 2 minute. In fact, the team is actually meeting with Robert this afternoon, and we're going to kind of pick his brain. Anyway, he optimized our 2 minute template on the retirement plan. Had a big day yesterday.
Order submitted.
Let me fix up this trade copier. Get ready. What I think I'm going to do is make my PA account the leader account. This is from Affordable Indicators. So I'm going to make my PA account the leader account by double clicking here. It's actually okay. And what I would need to do is build a strategy with my PA account. So I'm going to put one on to build a strategy. I right clicked under my control center and selected strategy, new strategy. Under the available list, I'm going to select the AI Auto Trader P and come down to my templates and load. I'm going to load the NQ 30 range signal B AI drone.
Order submitted.
And I'm going to put my PA account as my leader account running in the strategy. Make sure it's on the NASDAQ. Always double check your instrument. And we'll click OK. So now under my strategies, I have right here, I have that strategy. When I enable it, it'll be the leader account on these other two accounts. So that one is good for the NASDAQ 30 range signal B. Now if I wanted to build a new one,
Order submitted.
for the NASDAQ 30 range signal A, would select that strategy. And put it in my PA account. Make sure my instrument is right. So on my leader account, we're going to put that PA account. That'll be for the signal A. And I'll just put in the label just so I know which one's which.
Order submitted.
A little late there. Okay, I just missed that trade. But what I'm going to do is I am going to prepare for this signal B. If we get a break of this resistance, this one we're going to rename signal B. And I want to have that ES ready on a signal B. So I'm going to load another template of the ES signal B.
Order submitted.
I'm going to bring it down to 1030. Make my instrument the ES. And we'll put this one on the PA account. So now I'm putting all my leader accounts as a live account, hoping that that stops the issue I've been having. Okay. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, Powell's speaking in 5 minutes. Let's see what he has to say. Hopefully we get a nice move here and make some money. That's the goal. I have an open position in gold. Rao is our gold expert. My position is on, the Volkswagen. This is a strategy that I've been working on that's still being tested. It's not a proven strategy. It's not consistent yet.
Order submitted.
Ooh, there goes Pal. He said something, didn't he? All right, so let's get our signal B ready. Let's break right through this area here.
Order submitted.
Maybe to the downside.
Order submitted.
I don't know what he could have said that fast. My God. That was a fast reaction, huh? Here we go with the sell off. Let's watch this NASDAQ short. Oh. Running late? Oh. I saw gold right at 10 o'clock. Made a big pop.
Order submitted.
Just signal A.
Order
Let's see if
submitted.
it can break through this resistance. I think that's what we needed to do. Look at that, our ES 5 minute. The signal B took the trade. I meant to change it back. Yesterday I changed the start time. The start time normally for this isn't until after 11. I think I changed it to 10 yesterday. So if you're not in this trade, it's because I forgot to change it back. This is a ES 5 minute signal B. Yesterday I was trying to get into that move up, or it could have been down. I can't remember. They say the first thing that goes is your memory. Well, gold did start dancing. I saw that, Rao. Now it's headed down to the basement. Oh man, that is incredible, Rao. Great job. Rao's just been crushing it on gold. Look at this. Gold signal B right now is a nice strategy to take. We're getting those crosses. It's saying, hey, institutional money is selling gold.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Mm. Oh, look at that. Mm. Oh, jeez. That gold. Oh, wow. That was a great trade, Ralph. Here comes our NASDAQ on the signal B, on this 30 range, starting to set up.
Order submitted.
See if we can get into this one. Got a big spike in volume right now on the NASDAQ. Oof. Wow. Look at that ES candle. Great job, Ralph. 1800. All right, let's look for that signal A.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
That 2 minute just jumped right back in. We might get into this trade if it continues
Order
down.
submitted.
Yeah, the key difference is the trigger of the entry. The question is what is the difference between the signal A entry and the signal B entry? Um, both of those entries are looking at my RSI line in the Laguerre oscillator. That's this pink line. If it's pinned to the very top, this RSI line right now is pinned to the top. So that would give me a signal B entry. If it breaks down through the 80% line or up, like right here, it broke up through the 20% line, that would put me in a trade long. If it breaks down below the 80% line, it's going to put me into a short trade. So I'm looking for a short roll with this RSI line breaking down through the 80, and it's about to do it right now.
Order submitted.
So the signal B is when momentum is pinned at 100%. A signal A is a reversal. So I need some follow through right now to the downside in order to get into my signal A.
Order submitted.
Like gold. Gold just set up now. It broke down, and the RSI line was pinned, came down through the 80%, and it should have triggered a trade short if we're within our trading hours on gold. So now my RSI line is pinned to the top. So I would potentially, that's the trigger for a signal B. However, we're right into this area of resistance. And one of the conditions are I have to be clear by at least 60 ticks in order for that to take. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enable my signal B in case we break through that. So I enabled my signal B. Now we broke through. So now we have a chance to get into this trade to the upside. We got a big spike in volume. We may have just cleared that. It looks like it, no, didn't quite make it yet. Didn't break that pivot. I'm going to create a new strategy on the YM.
Order submitted.
I'm going to put it on the signal B. And I'm going to increase it to 11. Put it on my PA account. See if I can get into this trade here. I like the YM short. volume is low on the YM, but it keeps drifting lower and lower. All right, let's see if we can get this break now. Retesting it. Could double top on us and shoot straight down.
Order submitted.
Now we have tentatively, we have Kush scheduled for tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Here we go. So we're in short on the YM. That trade just triggered. And I think I'm just going to give it a little more room. Let's see if we can get it to mature now to the downside. It's been selling off all morning. Let's see if we can move it to where we can see the thing. These pictures sometimes get in the way. I'm going to pin my stop right on my 15. If I right click my marker where it says buy STP, it's a red marker. I'm going to right click that and I'm going to attach it to an indicator. And I'm going to select properties and I'm going to attach it to my modified fast. And now my stop is pinned to my 15. So I have a momentum-based trailing stop. It's trying to help me here. Come on. I was talking to Al. Good morning, Al. I was talking to Al yesterday, and he took that big move on the YM yesterday. And seeing how it's moving this morning, if I didn't take it, I would really kick myself today. So I have to give it a shot. Al cashed in nicely on that trade. It was a short roll on the YM. It just went straight down. Yeah, we just put a trailing stop on it, Rao. I pinned it to my 15. It should trail with the 15 moving average. It's $5 a tick. I've only got one contract on it. But I like the way it pulled back right here and continued down. Hopefully it's got some room now. It's really in an oversold environment. But it's very little risk.
Order submitted.
Yeah, the target is huge. You're right, Rao. Here, I'll move it in a little.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I got this on a PA account. It's very little risk, Kim. This is on a PA account.
Order submitted.
Um, I think I lost $40 on the trade. Keep it enabled to see what happens. I've got my A and B enabled on the 30 range NASDAQ.
Order submitted.
Ah, it took it long.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Huh.
Order submitted.
My NQ30 range. This is really weird. Jumped in on this strategy. Well, on the ES signal B. Hmm.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Showing I'm in a trade.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Still acting funny.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Come on, break through there. Don't come back.
Order submitted.
Not sure what just happened, but let me turn all this off. On that trade, managed to I got 520 on the PA account and 700 in the other two. So I did catch that signal B on the NASDAQ just now. I'm kind of struggling with my trade copier, I got to be honest, and I apologize. It's definitely me. I just can't figure it out. But listen, we got into that beautiful short entry and wrote it down to right about here. So I did manage, in spite of myself, to hit my profit goal on all of my Apex accounts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with the get some tech support with the trade copier company. Let me turn all of the trade copiers off. We got into a nice short trade on the NASDAQ 30 range. So I was able to hit on the account 27, 17, 765, 705, and the PA account for some reason, God only knows why, made 520. But I'm not going to complain. I'll take it.
Order submitted.
How do you get the NTA chart to show your order entry and exits? That's in your data series. If you right click your chart and you select data series, all the way at the bottom is plot executions, text, and I put on text and marker. So that's in your data series on your chart, Kim. I put it on text and marker. You could do markers only, text and marker, or do not plot at all. Look at this beautiful signal A on the ES. Missed it. We're still in that short on the 2 minute. The 2 minutes riding this thing down. I wonder if that's Patrick's strategy.
Order submitted.
AI drone. When I'll tell you, when that 2 minute and 30 range are both aligned, it's really a strong, powerful move. It looks like NQ is trying to push through again to the downside. The market doesn't like whatever Jerome Powell is laying down. If it breaks through there, this thing might have some legs. But we have a multi-time frame alignment here of trend on the 2 minute NASDAQ and the 30 range. And that's really how our system, that bias indicator, which is based on mathematical modeling, we look for a multi-time frame assessment of not only trend but momentum. That's going to push right through for a full winner. So just like that, the NASDAQ 2 minute is back in the game. And the 30 range signal B, a little late to the party, but you know what? This thing has some running room now. Really good volume right now. Really good volume. The volume just spiked to about 3,500 contracts per minute. Crude oil's in a monster trade. The index equities go down, and crude oil and gold seem to go up. Let's see if gold jumped. Yep. So there's an inverse correlation. Crude oil and gold are headed up, and the NASDAQ, the E-mini, headed down. What I like to do on these trades is I like to take my stop when I have some room. I might have done it a little too early on the YM trade, but this is the perfect time to attach your indicator. If your stop is down in right field or down at home plate and your target's in right field, you can manually drag it up, or you could right-click your stop and attach it to an indicator. And what I normally choose is the modified fast. Hey, Peter. If you would like my workspace and you're a member of ours, I'm very happy to share it with you. We share all of our strategy templates and chart templates. When you place your order, it comes in the zip files. If you're referring to the images in my charts, we can absolutely share those with you. For some people, they're a distraction, and other people like them. So it's just a personal preference. But yeah, to answer your question, we will share our entire workspace with any one of our members. Hey, good morning, Stapleton. The modified fast is the 15 EMA. It's a smoothed out EMA. It's an EMA of an EMA. So the period, and it says 7, but if I put it next to a 15 moving average, it would look almost identical. It's just a little smoothed out. And you can even take it a step further. Is with that modified fast, you can adjust the period of it and make your stop tighter or looser. Now that it's pinned to my 15, if I go to my indicators and I look for the modified fast in my configured list, which will be on the bottom, now I can change my slope. If I want it to be a tighter stop, I can make it a slope of 5, and that'll make it even tighter. If I watch it if I apply it now, well, I'm already attached to the. Now it's telling me you're attached to the indicator. It'll be disabled. Okay, so I'll say yes. So now I have a little bit of a tighter stop on it, and I'll reattach it. And now it's trailing it a little bit tighter. So if I lower the slope of my modified fast, the trailing stop becomes tighter. If I raise the value, it gets looser. So now this is about a 5. And you can see it's trailing it a little bit tighter now. Now that I'm at 500, maybe I even want to go even tighter. And we'll put the modified fast.
Order submitted.
We'll make it real tight at a 3. Now I'll reattach it. Put it on our modified fast. Now it's nice and tight. I'm up 500. I want to squeeze it just a little bit. And it will continue to trail it. Here we go. We jump back in on the NASDAQ 30 range. My gear is pinned to the upside, so this is a signal B entry.
Order submitted.
And now the 2-minute just jumped in on a reversal. My 50 on my 2-minute, you can see, is still red. So it's the 2-minute is really lined up for a short trade. So there's a disparity. My market structure-wise, on my 30 range, I'm aligned for a long trade. And on my 2-minute, I'm aligned for a short entry. So I don't have an alignment between my 2-minute chart and my 30 range yet. But it's headed that way. If in the strategy parameters, Stapleton, it's the way we manage our trades is on a trailing stop, and you can certainly manage how far you want to trail it by in the strategy parameters. Yes, it's a little different than attaching it to the indicator. Take a look at the leaderboard here.
Order submitted.
Back in long on the 30 range.
Order submitted.
YM had another good day. Our 30 range haymaker and our signal B. So our NASDAQs on the 30 range did well. Prime time on the Unarenko. Let me show the prime time chart.
Order submitted.
Our 8 Unarenko. I think it's this one. Yeah. This is our prime time. And let's see if it plotted the executions. It did. You could see on the Unarenko, it took a short entry. This is an entry that will, it looks for the retracement back towards the 50 and then the continuation into the trend. So this one got the pullback and it dropped in on the short position. Got chopped up here. This is about a break-even trade here. Then it got into a beauty. Got the pullback and go. That one's up 570. Let's keep an eye on the 30 range. It's trying. Here we go. It's either going to launch or it's going to go into a consolidation pattern. There we go. It's a launch. We give this strategy 50 ticks of room with this trailing stop. One of our new features is called our smart exits. And our smart exit is going to calculate the range of the market and get out of the trades when it's reached the limit without it coming back 50 ticks. We've got some of those one-day passes getting ready. So we'll hang in there and see if one of those triggers off at 11. I believe crude oil is 11. Giving us some heat. Let's see if we can get this to keep going. Came back on us. Shame. But the 2 minutes should have broke through now. Yeah. 2 minutes starting to line up now for another long entry. My 50 EMA just went green. My 15 is still below my 50. But now they're in agreement, and they're pushing right back up to that area of resistance. See what if I can find out what Jerome Powell had to say. Usually I like to ask David Wise because he's all over the news. Yellen was speaking as well. U.S. Treasury Yellen, restrictions on investment into China for AI. Here's Powell's report to Congress.
Order submitted.
He said the GDP growth is moderated. They had a dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. They've made progress towards the 2% inflation goal. Labor market conditions cooled while remaining strong. He doesn't want to say anything too hawkish. Slower, but still solid.
Order submitted.
They're very careful how they word these things. Oof, black gold is back in. Black gold is back. See, the trade that I
Order
tightened the
submitted.
stop on, this is the same trade without tightening the stop. I took the same exact entry, but the stop was left without manipulating it, and it's still in the trade. I think we made about, I think it was about between 450 and 500 tightening the stop. Had you not tightened the stop, you'd be in this trade. You'd be in the same trade with looking exactly like the way you see it. You know, Peter Fusco, one of our members, he told me, he said it's better to get a half a loaf than a poke in the eye. All right, so he was. I just read through his statement, and he's not making any commitments to doing anything fast. He was very dovish. I think dovish is the perfect description to that statement. So I wore my green shirt today, and it paid off. I needed a green day. I've been slipping on banana peels here with this trade copier, and I seem to have lucked into a beautiful trade. Even I couldn't mess it up. Let's see what this strategy Steven is trading. Steven is trading the NQ on the 30 range. It's a signal C with no filter. And I'll give you a history of the performance. If it hasn't been released to our members yet, that means that it's just not consistent, and we're still working on optimizing it. Sometimes when I post the results in Discord, some of these test accounts will come up, and people are wondering, how come I don't have that one? And the reason you don't is because it's just not consistent yet. And we either need to keep optimizing the inputs or the trade management or the trading hours. A lot goes into optimizing the templates. I'll look at a trade performance on it. You might lose my charts for just a second. I could see it takes very little risk. This is the Stephen. So this is the problem with Stephen. Um,
Order sub order submitted.
we need to filter out some of these losers.
Order submitted.
Oh, what a beautiful signal A setup. If we look at the analysis of it, you can see between 10 and 11 it does really well. 9 to 9:30, 10 and 11. Let's see if our signal A jumped in. That was a perfect signal A entry right there. It did.
Order submitted.
What a shame. No follow through. Boy, it was all over that one. Well, that's the something that's important is if you do hit your profit target, put it in sim and keep your profits. There's nothing more sickening than giving it back. Your retirement plan is in short? Let's see. Nope. You're right. It should have. Nice. Great trade, Scott. Yeah, man, that was a nice setup. Nice trade, Scott. We have our 30 range and our 2 minute now. They're in agreement. They're in agreement. They're looking for short trades. A long trade now would be a counter trend trade. Really? That's a great observation, Scott. Hmm. This is my 50,000 PA strategy for the month of June. Let's go to the 8th, the 9th, I'm sorry. It's up just under 1,000 this month. 10:30 to 11 is you're right. We're in agreement here, Scott. That's a good sign. What we're talking about is the we have a custom template for PA accounts that has a much smaller profit target and a smaller stop. And we were discussing how between 10:30 and 11 it's been crushing it. And that's the window that we were just in on that short entry. That 10:30 to 11 window. This is daily, the daily results. the first, second, fifth, eighth, ninth. So we've definitely got some great strategies that will get you funded, and this one is designed to keep you funded and get you payouts. I read in the Discord, Mark Miller got another approval on his payouts. It was a concern initially whether or not we could get Apex payouts, but after reading through their own terms of service, this is considered a semi-automated system. You're always in control of the entries. You can always manage them. You can always control the conditions of the entry. It's not a black box system. So trading this system, you will get payouts if you adhere to the consistency rule. For the first 4 payouts, you have to have that 30% rule. After the 4 payouts, they no longer even look at it. You're good to go. So what Mark did was pretty smart. Was he built up his 50,000 accounts, so several of them over 60,000. So he could he could drain them if he wanted to, but he's conservative in this regard. He's only taken a couple thousand out of them, and he wants to get his 4 payouts, and then that consistency rule is out the window. From my understanding, anyway. Very nice, Dan. Very nice. All right, I wanted to stick around for the one-day passes. Let's see what's coming up. Let's see what's on deck. Let me go to my cheat sheet. We have at 11 crude oil. Let's keep an eye on crude oil, the one-day pass. That's where I want to get, Scott. You and I have very similar goals. I've got to get this trade copier to where I'm comfortable with it. I thought I had it figured out, and now it's doing it again. So I'm gonna get back with Joel. But this RTY at 85%, holy smokes. That's by far our top winning strategy. We need to change all of the Russell signal A's. If they're not already trading at that hour, at that time, with that ATM strategy, we need to change it immediately. 85% win rate. If that continues, you get back a Brinks truck up to your account and grab the biggest shovel you can find, because you're going to make a ton of money with an 85% win rate. The ES is getting a little jittery. What this one-day pass is going to need in order to get in, it's going to need to, roll to the short side. It's not going to get in long. There goes our Steven strategy. It's taking too many trades. It's taking counter trend trades. You know, I always love looking at the losers and seeing if there's a pattern of, you know, certain entries that the system is taking that just aren't working. Because, you know, it's with an automated strategy, it's so important to filter out the losers. And if we could sidestep these losers, this is the strategy that's in the development stage. It took a long with a red 50 here and stopped out over here. So that was a full loser. Took a long with a green 50 and stopped out. Along with a red 50. Took a short on a green 50 and got a profitable trade. So and the other 1 day pass we have coming up is that NASDAQ 2-minute. We're coming into the sweet spot for that 2-minute strategy. 11:30 to 12. The RTY strategy, that's the 1 day pass. Look at these numbers, Kim. This is the 1 day pass. It runs from 8:30 to 9. This is for the whole month of July. If we look at the summary, look at this summary. It's just incredible. It took 16 trades. It won 87.5% of them. Now, some of them are not full winners, but that's okay. You just have to be careful on the 1 day passes with the unrealized gains. I always like to trail them a little tighter than normal. But I watched the one this morning on the Russell. It was down about $1,200. It took a lot of heat. It got in just before the market opened at about 9:15, and it just was hanging out, just floating around like a dead fish, like I said. And all of a sudden, the bell rang, and boom, went right into our profit window. So tomorrow, if you load up, if you get a few evaluation accounts, these are the hot ones. NASDAQ 30 range, 8:30 to 9:30. Russell, 8:30 to 9:30. The hottest one. The ES 5-minute is not a slouch, between 9 and 9:30. We're still in that crude oil trade. Volume on crude has died. Yeah. It's still about 500 contracts a minute. Not too shabby. All right, we're gonna. I think we're gonna wrap it up. So we hit our profit goal for today. Thank God. And if Mr. Kushner,
Order
the
submitted.
Kush, is able to get his YouTube stream running today, I believe he's meeting with Brock at 11:30. Then we'll see the Kush tomorrow. The Kush is going to be projecting his live trading room, which is a little different, just to give you the heads up. He's going to be trading the money flow tracker on a discretionary system. He does have these strategies running in the background, but he calls out trades on a discretionary system, and I'm sure he'll show the performance of the AI auto trader as well. If he's unable to get set up, then, and God willing, I make it another day with these crazy kids of mine. Oh my God, yesterday, oh, jeez. My little one with grabs a pot right off of the stove. I'm on the floor with the baby, watching her. My wife walks away for 1 minute, and my 5-year-old takes a pot of burning water and grabs it right off the stove. So we were in the doctor's office from 6:30 to about 8, from 6 to 8 yesterday. Thank God no one got hurt. Just a slight burn on her hand, but it could have been a complete catastrophe. I'm 55. I got started late. My friends tell me I got more guts than brains. But my blood pressure, woo. Yeah, everybody's okay, thank God. All right, hey, you know what? We might get that 50. I don't know if this RSI line got tight enough. Came up through our green area, but right in our window, it caught a reversal. I don't think it went up high enough here. No, actually, look at this. Oh no, at 11. I don't think we're gonna make it. Yes, Dan. Delayed. Let's see if it does pop in. Let me give it just another minute just to see if it came up high enough. I think it just missed it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, thanks again for joining me, everybody. Turned out to be a really great day. I'm going to try to get this trade copier figured
Order
out,
submitted.
and we'll try it again tomorrow. They do keep you young. You're right, Dan. I'm just hoping I don't have a heart attack before I die of old age.
Order submitted.
How do you change account names? Um, Two ways, Peter. One way is if you were to disconnect your data feed. You first disconnect your data feed, and then you come onto your accounts tab of your control center. And if you right click, you can add a simulation account, and you can name it whatever you want. That's one way to do it. The second way is we developed a tool, and fittingly we named it the RLT tool. The tool creates accounts. Not only does it, when you do an update for the AI Auto Trader, it'll recreate all of the updated templates, but it will also create a separate SIM account for every single one of our strategies. So two ways to answer your question. You can do them yourself or you could use our tool. Use the tool. It's fast and simple. Agreed. All right, everybody. Have a blessed day. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow, and it'll either be Kush or myself. Have a great day, everyone. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.